Have you ever paused to wonder whether the days and months carry hidden messages, not just numbers upon a calendar, but sacred vibrations echoing from eternity? Each cycle of time is more than a page turning. It is a whisper of the cosmos, a ripple across the river of destiny, inviting you to awaken. September 2025 arrives not as an ordinary month, but as a silent stream guiding us into deeper waters of abundance, clarity, and transformation. In Buddhist wisdom, nothing comes by chance. Every symbol, every number, every rhythm of repetition is a mirror reflecting the unseen currents of your own becoming. The ancient masters have long taught that the universe speaks in signs too subtle for the distracted mind, yet luminous to the seeker who watches with stillness. Numbers are among the purest of these signs, carrying vibrations that cross beyond culture and time. To the awakened, a number is not merely a digit, it is a doorway, a mantra, a code, placed before the soul with divine precision. Nostradamus spoke of hidden sequences, guiding those who knew how to read the stars, and Baba Vanga foretold that those who opened themselves to subtle signals would never walk blind. Their visions echo here, reminding us that the cosmic language is still alive, speaking through the numbers before you now. This September, 6 sacred numbers rise like constellations in the night sky, not as random markers, but as luminous keys, each one carrying the power to unlock pathways toward wealth, peace, and inner harmony. When your awareness meets their vibration, the chase for fortune dissolves, and a new truth emerges. It is not you seeking opportunities, but opportunities seeking you. The numbers call you to alignment, to patience, to a trust that abundance flows most easily to those who walk with clarity of heart. Remember the Buddha's words, "With our thoughts, we make the world." Numbers are reflections of those thoughts crystallized, mirrors of the mind's hidden energy. To repeat them with reverence, to recognize them when they appear, is to harmonize thought with the greater rhythm of the universe. They are not simply pathways to wealth of gold, but teachers of the subtler riches of silence, wisdom, compassion, and strength. To carry them is to carry reminders of your own sacred nature. So breathe deeply now, my friend. Let the noise of the world fall silent for just a moment. Allow this teaching to settle within your spirit, for these numbers do not arrive as idle curiosities. They come as guides, as blessings, as reminders that you are not walking alone. And stay until the end, for a master number awaits, a rare vibration, a hidden key, magnifying all others, blessing not only your wealth, but your peace, your wisdom, and the path ahead. Ask yourself now, am I ready to listen to what the universe has been whispering all along? Number 7, the still lake of wisdom. In a world that glorifies speed, where noise becomes the backdrop of every waking moment, the number 7 arrives like a still lake at dawn, silent, unshaken, and immeasurably deep. It is the gentle pause that restores the weary spirit, the reminder that true wealth is not always counted in gold, but in peace. How many nights have you collapsed, exhausted, scrolling endlessly for comfort, only to find yourself restless still? The vibration of 7 is the antidote. It teaches that silence is not emptiness, but fullness, not weakness, but power. To carry this number is to hold a mirror that reflects the wisdom hidden beneath all distraction. The Buddha taught, peace comes from within, do not seek it without, and 7 is that inward call, guiding you back to the sanctuary of your own soul. Just as a tree must send its roots deep before it can rise toward the heavens, so must you anchor within before you reach outward to the world. In the stillness of 7, clarity blooms like the lotus rising pure from the mud, untouched by the chaos surrounding it. It is the vibration that says, stop running, for everything you seek is already here. Astrologically, September carries the quiet alignment of Jupiter's wisdom, Mercury's clarity, and Venus's harmony, all flowing together to amplify the presence of 7, And as Nostradamus once wrote, silence itself is a prophecy. In the quiet, the hidden future reveals itself, and abundance flows not by force, but by resonance. Baba Vanga too often reminded her followers that truth is not in the noise of the crowd, but in the whispers of the heart. The number 7 is that whisper, soft yet undeniable, asking you to listen more deeply than ever before. 7 also calls you to shift your relationship with abundance. Wealth does not rush in when the mind is scattered, but when it is still enough to recognize opportunities as they unfold. Imagine sitting by the side of a silent lake, watching ripples expand outward from a single drop. So too does your presence, calm and clear, send ripples through the universe, attracting all that is in harmony with your peace. The more you settle into silence, the more the world rushes to meet you. This is why sages across time revered the sacredness of 7. It is the seeker's lamp, the mystic's breath, the rhythm of completion, and the doorway to higher truth. In September, this number invites you to treat silence as a practice, not an escape, an active alignment with the abundance already written in your destiny. For when the noise falls away, what remains is your essence, shining like the first light of dawn. So breathe deeply, my friend, and ask yourself, when everything becomes quiet, what truth do I discover about who I really am? Number 22, the master builder of destiny. While 7 draws you inward towards silence, the number 22 rises like a great architect, calling you to shape the outer world with clarity and strength. Known across mystic traditions as the master builder, it is not a fleeting vibration, but a foundation stone by stone, vision by vision, crafted into reality. 22 does not promise wealth overnight, nor does it cater to fleeting desires. Instead, it gives you the blueprint, the sacred tools, and the patience to design a life that endures beyond passing storms. In the wisdom of the Buddha, intention always precedes creation. What you see within the mind eventually becomes the architecture of the world around you. This number whispers in subtle ways, arriving on phone screens, receipts, clocks, or license plates. Small signals from the cosmos, reminding you that your thoughts are not just thoughts, but living blueprints. Each time it appears, it asks, what are you building in this moment? Baba Vanga once said, strength is not what life gives you, but what you build from it. And in truth, this is the essence of 22. It transforms raw experience into a cathedral of destiny, where each choice becomes a stone, and each discipline becomes the mortar holding it together. The seers of old, even Nostradamus, foresaw ages where humanity would need to rebuild itself from chaos, not with weapons, but with vision and will. The number 22 is a prophecy of such times. It appears when you are ready to create something lasting, not only for yourself, but for others who may walk the path after you. It is the number of legacy, of structures that do not collapse with the weight of change, but stand tall, guiding generations forward. To work with this vibration, begin each morning with vision. See yourself not as scattered, but as aligned, walking a golden path that stretches beyond the horizon. Whisper within, I am a builder of destiny. I am aligned with truth. Each Friday, set your intentions clearly and write the number 22 beside them, sealing your goals with clarity and purpose. When you do, the universe listens, for it always honors vision that is steady, focused, and pure of heart. Remember, wealth is not only in currency, but in what you create. A family rooted in love, a dream realized through patience, a wisdom shared that lights another's way. This is the true promise of 22. That your life itself can become a temple of meaning, one that continues to give even long after the moment of building has passed. So pause and reflect, my friend. What am I building today that my soul will thank me for tomorrow? Number 9, the blooming of completion. 9 is so often misunderstood, labeled as an ending, when in truth, It is the blossoming of all that has been quietly nurtured. In the eye of Buddhist wisdom, it is not death, but renewal, the sacred threshold, where one cycle closes and another unfolds. Imagine a tree heavy with fruit. The harvest is not the final act, but the seed of future orchards. So too does the number 9 carry the vibration of maturity, of wholeness, of the unseen labor of your soul, finally flowering into form. Every meditation, every whispered prayer, every forgiveness offered in silence, none of it was wasted. 9 is the gentle reminder that nothing planted with love is ever lost. In the teachings of the Buddha, impermanence is not to be feared, for all endings are simply transformations in disguise. Nostradamus often wrote of cycles, of empires and hearts alike rising, falling, and rising again. 9 embodies this eternal rhythm, showing us that to release is not to lose, but to make space for the new. Like a river that must empty into the sea to begin again as clouds, 9 whispers, you are not starting over, you are stepping forward. Each step is an unfolding, a continuation of what your soul has already been weaving across lifetimes. There is a great generosity hidden in this number. Just as a single candle lights another without losing its glow, 9 teaches that the abundance you carry is not diminished when shared. In fact, your peace becomes more radiant, your wisdom more potent, when you allow it to touch others. Baba Vanga often spoke of light carried through generations, wisdom passed like a hidden flame that could not be extinguished. 9 is that flame, a beacon that guides not only yourself, but those around you who are ready to awaken. To align with this energy, begin by protecting the start of your day. Guard your mornings as sacred space, breathing deeply, moving slowly, calling the vibration of 9 into your awareness. Let it remind you that wholeness is not about perfection, but about honoring the journey in its entirety, the struggles, the lessons, and the blessings alike. Break your goals into 9 steady steps, not rushing, but walking faithfully, honoring each stage as vital to the whole. In this way, 9 teaches patience, devotion, and the strength of persistence. Wealth through 9 is not fleeting, it is abundance with roots. It is the peace of knowing that what you create now is built on the foundation of everything that has come before, and what you release will return to you in a higher form. To embrace 9 is to embrace the cycle of sowing, growing, and blooming, again and again without fear. So pause, my friend, and reflect deeply. Am I honoring the seeds I once planted by allowing them, at last, to bloom into their fullness? Number 41. The silent guardian of balance. Unlike numbers that enter with thunder or dazzling fire, the vibration of 41 arrives softly, like the quiet presence of a guardian who does not announce itself, but steadies you in silence. It is a number of hidden strength, of balance amidst chaos, of gentle but unshakable foundations. In September, when many may feel scattered or restless, 41 comes as a whisper rather than a command. Slow down, breathe, return to yourself. It is the call of stillness in a world that confuses speed with success, and it reminds you that in silence, your true wealth and clarity are restored. In Buddhist teaching, strength is not measured in conquest or display, but in patience, presence, and the ability to remain unmoved in the storm. The number 41 carries this essence, teaching that peace itself is progress, and balance itself is abundance. Nostradamus often spoke of hidden guardians, subtle forces that shaped events from the shadows rather than the stage. In much the same way, 41 is a protector number. It does not demand to be noticed, but it shields you by guiding your attention back to what is steady, sacred, and true. Baba Vanga, too, once foretold that in times of unrest, humanity would need to rediscover the power of patience. She said, "Those who master patience will inherit calmness as power." 41 echoes this prophecy, It does not ask you to do more, but to discern what is truly necessary. It appears not to burden you with responsibility, but to free you from illusions of urgency. Each time you glimpse it in bills, on clocks, or passing on a street sign, it is a sacred reminder: exhaustion is not achievement, and chaos is not progress. To align with the energy of 41, honor rest as a form of sacred action. Create moments in your day where nothing is demanded, and simply breathe into your own being. Recognize that balance is not passive, it is active harmony, the choice to let go of what drains you so that you can strengthen what sustains you. Even in the realm of wealth, this number teaches that prosperity flows best when nurtured from a calm, steady center, not from desperate striving. When you trust 41, you begin to see that life is not asking you to carry everything at once, but to release what does not belong to your journey. In doing so, your shoulders grow lighter, your path becomes clearer, and your energy is no longer wasted in the noise of distraction. Like a lantern lit in the dark, 41 is the quiet reassurance that balance itself is destiny, and peace itself is power. So pause and ask yourself with honesty, where in my life am I mistaking exhaustion for achievement, and am I ready to choose balance as my true wealth? Number 17. The flame of discipline. The number 17 does not shine with loud brilliance, nor does it seek applause. It burns quietly, like a steady flame in the dark night, refusing to go out no matter how strong the wind. It is the number of persistence, the hidden rhythm of effort repeated day after day, unseen by others, yet shaping the foundation of your destiny. In September, 17 arrives as a teacher, reminding you that what endures is never built in haste, but in the slow, faithful layering of discipline upon discipline, action upon action. In the wisdom of Buddhism, it is said that practice without attachment bears the deepest fruit. To walk the path is not to crave recognition or reward, but to continue because the path itself is sacred. This is the vibration of 17, the unseen effort, the silent prayer, the devotion that no one may notice, yet which transforms your life from within. When its digits join 1 and 7, they form 8, the eternal loop of karma, teaching that no effort is ever wasted. What you give with patience, the universe returns in perfect timing, not always when you desire, but always when you are ready. Astrologically, Saturn's firm hand governs 17, bringing lessons of responsibility, discipline, and the building of structures that withstand time. Saturn is not cruel, it is the great teacher, asking you to rise above distraction and ground yourself in what truly matters. Nostradamus, in his cryptic verses, spoke of destinies bending in favor of those who endured the trials of time. 17 carries that very essence. It whispers that while the world may overlook your labor today, tomorrow it will become the bridge that carries you into abundance and strength. Baba Vanga, too, reminded her followers that the quiet persistence of ordinary people is what shapes the future of generations. In her vision, it was not only kings or rulers who shifted the world, but the humble ones who refused to give up. 17 is the number that honors those silent victories, the countless moments you chose to continue rather than collapse. It assures you your steps, however small, are not meaningless. They are stones in the path that will lead you where you are meant to go. To walk with 17 this September is to trust progress even when it is invisible, to believe in growth even when you cannot yet see the harvest. It asks you to commit again and again, not because the journey is easy, but because the journey is worthy. Imagine yourself tending a sacred fire. Each act of effort is another log placed upon the flames. Keep feeding it, and soon the fire of your destiny will burn bright enough for all to see. So I ask you now, are you willing to honor the unseen progress, to trust that every small step is weaving a future you cannot yet glimpse, and to let the flame of discipline guide you steadily through the shadows into light? Bonus number 66, the River of Abundance. And now we arrive at the hidden master, the double vibration that carries a secret blessing. 66, the River of Abundance, where the single 6 is harmony, care, and mindful balance. The doubled form magnifies these gifts into something luminous, a current of generosity and joy that does not belong to one person, but flows for all who are ready to receive. In Buddhist philosophy, 6 carries the 6 paramitas, the perfections of patience, wisdom, discipline, generosity, joy, and mindfulness. Doubled into 66, these qualities expand like ripples across a vast lake, multiplying their reach and becoming a mirror of inner and outer wealth. This number does not ask you to chase wealth as though it were prey running ahead of you. Instead, it asks you to pause, to breathe, to open your palms, and to recognize that the river of abundance is already flowing in your direction. It teaches that prosperity is not the result of force, but of surrender, gratitude, and harmony. Imagine standing at the riverbank, watching the water glisten in the moonlight. It reminds you that wealth is not simply gold or possessions, but peace of heart, clarity of mind, and the ability to give and receive with openness. Baba Vanga often spoke of abundance not as ownership, but as flow. She warned that clinging too tightly to possessions creates poverty of spirit, while generosity creates an endless return. 66 embodies this truth. What you release in gratitude multiplies, what you share comes back tenfold, and what you bless in silence becomes the seed of your future harvest. Nostradamus too foresaw times when hidden treasures would be revealed not through conquest, but through alignment with the cosmic order. In 66, that alignment shines clear. You do not hunt abundance, you welcome it. This September, the River of 66 calls you to ritual. Light a candle in the second week of the month, write down your blessings as if they were sacred jewels, and beside them, write your dreams. Whisper the number 66 over them, not with desperation, but with trust, sealing them in harmony with the universe. By doing so, you are not summoning something outside yourself, you are simply opening the channel, clearing the stones from the river, allowing what is already flowing to reach you. To live in the energy of 66 is to walk with gratitude as your constant companion, to see every moment of giving as an act of wealth and every act of receiving as proof of life's generosity. Abundance, it teaches, is not a destination to be reached, but a rhythm to be embodied. Like a river, it never runs dry, it only waits for us to step into its current. So I ask you now, are you making enough space in your heart to receive what has already been flowing toward you all along, and are you willing to trust the river of 66 to carry you where abundance naturally dwells? September 2025 unfolds not as coincidence, but as sacred architecture, a divine mandala drawn from the stars and etched into your very path. Each number, 7, 22, 9, 41, 17, and the Master 66, has arrived not as fragments, but as threads woven into one luminous tapestry. Together they form a circle of wisdom, whispering of inner clarity, outer strength, quiet balance, faithful discipline, and the river of abundance that flows when harmony is found. These are not numbers to memorize as facts, they are vibrations to live, currents to embody, and mirrors reflecting the truth already within you. 7 calls you inward, into the temple of spirit. 22 asks you to build that inner vision into form. 9 teaches you that endings are gateways into new beginnings. 41 steadies your heart in balance and patience. 17 blesses your discipline with the slow flame of progress. And 66, the Master River, reminds you that abundance is not chased, but welcomed. Together, they form the sacred wheel of this month, guiding you step by step, breath by breath. The great seers of time, Nostradamus, who spoke of cycles repeating across ages, and Baba Vanga, who revealed that hidden codes shape destiny, both pointed toward moments like this. Their visions were not of chaos, but of alignment, of secret messages hidden in plain sight. And here you stand, with these numbers lighting your path. The question is not whether the signs are present, the question is whether you will walk with them, trust them, and embody prosperity, peace, abundance. These are not prizes waiting at the finish line. They are states of being, reflections of the harmony you cultivate within yourself. The numbers are simply guides, like lanterns, along a midnight path, reminding you that what you seek has been within you all along. When you walk in rhythm with them, you walk in rhythm with the universe itself. So if this message resonates with your soul, affirm it in the comments. I am aligned with the flow of abundance. Let your words be a seed planted in this moment, a vow of alignment with clarity, peace, and trust. And remember, here at Old Buddhist Philosophy, we walk this journey together, hand in hand, breath by breath, learning to see the invisible codes and trust the unseen currents. Ask yourself, am I ready to welcome the universe's gifts, not by chasing them with restless hands, but by becoming still enough, open enough, and grateful enough to finally receive them?